and you're stacking up on a certain area, and just for you to leap in there and go balls deep, it doesn't really matter. Every time you use Chaos Weave, which is Hand of Gul'dan in demon form, you're gonna get this proc. Boom. Soulfire is gonna proc. Awesome. Do it again. Soulfire is gonna proc again. Very cool. Your Shadow Bolt turns into Touch of Chaos, which is an instant cast, little fucking badass thing. I'll get to do it more in a little bit. Let me get some fury while I talk. But anyways, your Shadow Bolt turns into Touch of Chaos, which is an instant cast badass thing. So it's really awesome to use demon form on a part of the fight when you're gonna have to move. Like, I'm trying to think of a good example. Your Sage is a pretty decent example, or even on Morchok. Any version of Morchok, heroic or non-version, or non-heroic. It's gonna be really badass to when you're about to have to run to a crystal and you're already popped all your cooldowns, lust is going on. Just be like, alright, no problem, Bolus. I'm gonna fucking go demon form, and then while you're going demon form, you can run and still cast these bad boys. But you're gonna want to still use your Soulfire as much as possible, because now that you're in demon form, you're doing a lot more damage. Your Fell Flame turns into Void Ray. I hardly use this, but it's pretty badass. Anything in a line's gonna get hit, and it's gonna refresh the cooldown, or refresh the corruption and all that shit. Hard to aim, but it's pretty badass to fuck around with. And it's gonna hit everything. So if you're like really just lining up, let me get a little bit of more demonic fury real quick. If you're lining up and just like, alright, I want to keep corruption on all these, boom, fucking just hit them all. And it'll keep corruption on everything. It'll take some time to get used to. What the fuck? It'll take some time to get used to, but it'll probably in the long run up your DPS and just be easier. Alright, if you didn't notice, corruption turns into doom when you're in demon form. And a lot of the times when I'm raiding as Demonology, I like to put corruption up, you know, do everything like normal, put this thing, go down with the Shadow Flame, Shadow Bolt, you know, and once I get into demon form, what I really like to do, as soon as you get in there, I like to do Doom, which is going to be a badass dot, and it's with your corruption too. It's not like it replaces corruption. So I'm just going to go demon form real quick. Demon form, Doom, inflicts a crap ton of damage over a minute, so it's a long dot, and the critical strikes will summon another one of your badasses. So that's really awesome. So now that I have Doom going on, I have Doom and corruption on, and if you didn't notice, Touch of Chaos resets your corruption. So I don't ever really see a need to do Void Ray when this is instant cast too. But keeping Doom up and corruption is a awesome DPS boost if you're able to manage that. So now that Doom has 30 seconds, corruption is at 18 seconds. You're gonna try to get back into demon form before Doom wears off, so you can at least reapply it when it's gone. But most likely you might not be able to make it, depending on how the fight's going, if you're not being able to cast a lot or whatever. But try to get back to it as fast as possible so you can keep that up. Even if you need to force it early, I don't recommend it ever, because I'll go into that in a little bit, but just follow your normal rotations. And Immolation Aura is badass. It's Hellfire on steroids. This is what Hellfire actually turns into. When you go into this form, Immolation Aura, what the hell, is just gonna go ham on all these targets, and then you can still continue your rotation. You can still do all your normal single target cleave rotation that you're gonna do. So on Heroic Yorsage, when you have red, black, and purple goose all at the same time, it's gonna be really awesome to just stand under the boss already stacked, pop your Immolation Aura, and hopefully, since you're already doing the Immolation Aura, you're in demon form, you're gonna be able to summon your big Hand of Gul'dan's, which is a Chaos Weave. And it's gonna crack fools. It's gonna put Shadow Flame to all those targets. You're gonna getting procs on Molten Core like mad. So what you're doing is you're gonna be spamming hard Soulfires on your target, and it's really awesome. You're gonna do a lot of cleave damage, and bosses are gonna drop. What else was I going to talk about? I guess we can go over certain talents that are really key to this spec. Let me find some that I haven't mentioned. Demonic Fury actually increases your damage too. Just passively, just by having it, it'll increase your damage. So be sure to always be getting your Demonic Fury up. It's just really what this spec focuses around. I can't really stress that enough. Try to get as much Demonic Fury up as possible, and when you're in demon form, if you're spamming the Touch of Chaos, it'll wreck your Demonic Fury. It'll go down pretty quick. So just remember, when you are in demon form, Soulfire is still a priority. It is, and it costs Demonic Fury, and a pretty decent amount of it. So managing your Demonic Fury, just how Affliction has to manage their Soul Shards with Haunt, managing your Demonic Fury in demon form is just gonna be an awesome boost to your DPS if you can do it proper. Here's something I really want to point out. It's really not that important. Soul Link is bullshit. It's pretty nasty. Like, I was like earlier today, you know, I'm just throwing this on, not wanting him to die, and I thought the tank had aggro, you know, and so I have him do his Wrathstorm, and the boss pretty much wrecks him, which in return wrecks the shit out of me, and I die instantly pretty much. So I do not recommend Soul Link unless you really want to be tedious with it and toggle it off all the time on certain parts that he's just going to get wrecked. In my opinion, if your pet's going to die, let him get wrecked. You can instantly summon him again and put him back out there. But try not to let him get wrecked, because it's 25k mana. That's not really cheap at all on any circumstances. But I don't recommend Soul Link if your pet's going to get stomped. I learned that the hard way. Hopefully you guys can figure that out. Dark Bargain, I would recommend. Sacrificial Pact, maybe. Depends on the fight. Depends if your pet's getting wrecked in the face. But Dark Bargain most likely will be the better thing to do. Out of any other one of these, Soul Harvest is actually pretty badass. Or Harvest Life Soul Harvest. It'll generate 10 Demonic Fury per second, plus 3 Demonic Fury per second on all targets. On secondary targets. So there's a crap ton of mobs, and like, I'll use the Yorsauce for example. Everybody's getting rocked in the face, people are dying, there's ads everywhere. You are way back here on your Demonic Fury. It's time to go baller status, guys. It's time to just go ham and use that harvest, heal yourself up, let the healers kind of chill for a second. They have a lot of other stuff to worry about. Get your Demonic Fury up, pop that demon form, go ham in all of your glory. Immolation Aura, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing charging back. Immolation Aura, slamming these bad boys down. Carry on Swarm, I recommend you do it on cooldown if you have it glyphed. If you don't have it glyphed, it's gonna knock bitches back. You don't want that in raids. And it's just really awesome to use. And woohoo, Demonic Fury! Oh, that didn't work at all. But yeah, it's just really awesome, guys. Soul Harvest, or Harvest Life, I don't keep getting it wrong, would be great. These talents I find horrible for PvP. The only one useful I always think is Shadow Fury. You're not a lot of the times going to want to be fearing a bunch of stuff in PvP or PvE. Unbound Will can possibly work, but I myself don't like getting wrecked for 20% of my health when I don't know if the boss is going to target me or an AoE is coming. And if you even know if the AoE is coming, you have to be really careful with this ability. And it just puts more pressure on the healers, and I'd rather not. Burning Rush, very cool. I use it a lot of the times to cut movement down between having to run to, like, let's give Warship an example. Homeboy, Goriana's doing her crap way over there. You're way the hell down here getting in one of the small swirls. Why am I doing that? And to cut a lot of distance, wide Demonology is pretty awesome. You know, you can just hop and boom, just start booking it. Cancel it as soon as you get there. Pop defensive if you need to. But yeah, this will cut your movement down a lot. And since being a caster, moving kind of blows ass because you don't get the DPS as much as you really should be, you're going to want to cut down as much movement as you can possible. I really do recommend Burning Rush. Let's check out some more talents that we have. We might actually be done covering everything. You still have your Abyssal, which I believe, I don't use him a lot. I normally will use the Terror Guard, but this bad boy, let's check out this badass. You normally wouldn't have to use him. He's an AoE dude. He's the same version as your Infernal. He's pretty much that on steroids, but Terror Guard, pretty much the same thing, just a single target badass, and he actually really helps on execution phases. Deals 20% additional damage when the targets are above 20% health. This, with all your other badasses, with these little dudes, that dude over there on the target going apeshit, all that, you're in demon form, you're spamming AoE, you're hitting the target, you're spamming those soul fires, you're going to be doing a lot of execution damage. Not to mention, bring this baller out. Boom! Look at this fool. He is just a big badass, isn't he? You are going to be doing a lot of damage. And people are going to be like, dude, how do you do that much damage, man? How'd you learn? Oh, I went to Z's guide on Demonology. He's really badass, you know? But yeah. Overall, guys, this spec is really badass. But there's a lot of mechanics you'll have to notice and work with, but it's really not that much of a difficult spec. It's a really fun spec, and your cooldown, I didn't go over it. Dark Soul, Knowledge. This is gonna boost up your mastery. It's gonna be even more damage for your boy over there, the little bastards when you summon them. When you go into badass form, you know, just gonna go apeshit. You know, it's just gonna be a lot more damage than you'll ever think. And I recommend going Demonology for certain fights. Fights that there's going to be a lot of AoE and times where you're going to need single target. Do not go Affliction for that. Single target or AoE Affliction kind of blows butt unless the targets are going to be alive for a while, and then you can just dot them all up. But cleaving, massive AoE, this spec is the way to go, guys. I hope this guide helps you. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. If you want me to go into more detail, you can always email me at thezvs@gmail.com, guys. Once again, thanks for watching, and top charts and pwn hard.